And now to an exclusive Local 10 investigation. People rallying for a Broward Sheriff's deputy to be fired and holding protests to try to pressure the sheriff to take action.
But that deputy happens to be Muslim, raising the question, is this a case of guilt by religion? And is it a sign of a growing problem in our country? Investigator Bob Norman reports.
I hate Islam. Islam is evil.
Anti-Muslim activist David Rosenthal says he wants the entire religion to be banned in America.
You said you don't want Muslims around, period.
Well, ideally, I would ban Islam in the United States.
And now he's on a jihad to oust one particular Muslim, Broward Sheriff's Deputy Nizar Hamzy, saying the fact he won't renounce Islamic laws in the Quran, Sharia, makes him unfit to serve.
I am against Sharia-compliant Muslims occupying any position in law enforcement, government, or the schools.
It might sound like religious bigotry.
What the hell is going on with Scott Israel that he hires a terrorist?
But Rosenthal's not alone, as this recent protest he organized outside BSO shows.
Here is Hamas!
Tea Party Fort Lauderdale founder Danita Kilcullen and congressional candidate Joe Kaufman are at his side. 8:50 a.m. host Joyce Kaufman has criticized the Hamzy hiring on a radio show. And this post about Hamzy on a popular online BSO forum received 70,000 views.
This Islamophobic discourse, even hateful discourse, xenophobic.
Wilfredo Ruiz, attorney for the Council on American-Islamic Relations, says anti-Muslim rhetoric is on the rise after the events in Paris and San Bernardino, especially among certain presidential candidates.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
We don't want to make the same errors of putting people into the camps like we did to the Japanese, or segregating schools like in the 50s here in Florida. We are far past that.
Ruiz works closely with Hamzy at CAIR, where Hamzy has long served as a director.
The American Muslim community is 100% loyal and dedicated to this country.
Usually an outspoken voice, Deputy Hamzy was not given authorization to speak about his employment for this story.
He's a deputy, an honorably serving deputy. Like him, thousands of other Muslims in America today are wearing the uniform. I was myself a naval officer. Nobody from a desk can tell me what patriotism is when I have worn my uniform.
Rosenthal and his fellow protesters say it's Hamzy's work with CAIR that should disqualify him from working for BSO.
CAIR has been named by the United States government as a co-conspirator in the funding of terrorism.
He's referring to a 2004 federal case that named a CAIR leader in Washington, D.C. as an unindicted co-conspirator in a case involving illegal fundraising for the Palestinian group Hamas. Ruiz points out
that's a separate corporation that CAIR Florida and CAIR New York. As such, CAIR Florida have never been related in any way to any terrorist organization, to any case whatsoever.
Such arguments have no effect on Rosenthal.
I would ban Islam in the United States.
Goes against everything that America stands for.
I don't think that's totally inaccurate.
What do you want Hamzy to do at this point?
To move to some country that is Sharia compliant.
You don't think he has the same right to be in this country as you do?
No.
Now, Sheriff Scott Israel refused an interview request for this story, but in this case he's made it clear he's standing behind his deputy. In the video report, I'm Bob Norman, Local 10 News.
And Hamzy encourages local Muslims to report any extremist activity to law enforcement. Attorney Ruiz tells Bob he is currently cooperating with the FBI in a local ISIS recruiting case.